All right, good evening, everyone. Show the time is 6:30. This regular meeting of the mayor and council is now called to order. Roll call, all council members are present with the exception of Councilmember Price. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance followed by an invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nathan, will you lead us in prayer, please?
Lord Jesus, we thank you so much for a great, beautiful day. And Lord, we thank you for just this community that we get to be a part of and live in. And Lord, we thank you for just the opportunity to be able to serve in this way today. Lord, I pray that you bless our meeting. Lord, that you give us the wisdom and the guidance to best serve our community. And Lord, that you just be with us. And it's your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Nathan. All right, I do have a few announcements to make. Going through these meetings, all of them are in the community room, this room, unless I state differently. Municipal Court, March 20th at 1 p.m. Social Circle Development Authority called meeting, March the 21st at 3 p.m. Planning Commission, March 26th, 6 p.m. Tree Board meeting, March 28th, 6 p.m. Our next council work session, April 4th, 6:30 p.m. Main Street Commission meeting, April the 9th, 8 a.m. Historic Preservation meeting, April 9th, 6 p.m. Downtown Development Authority of Social Circle meeting is April the 11th at 9 a.m. Social Circle Development Authority meeting, April the 11th at 3 p.m., and that's in the City Hall conference room. And I failed to mention the first one, the Social Circle Development Authority call meeting is also in the City Hall conference room. Our next council meeting, April the 16th at 6:30 p.m. All right, moving to presentations, employee introduction and recognition. Do we have anyone? All right, we're good. It's up to you.
Well, you can leave it in the stand, but you got to hold your, cup your hand up when you talk, whatever you want. Yeah. Gotta hold it close.
The St. Patrick's Day Beer Hall was held this past Friday night, and despite the misty weather that we had, there was a great turnout. The sun inside ended up playing in the pavilion at Critters, and we had just a good turnout. Everybody seemed to have a good time. Next on our agenda is the City Park cleanup. That's going to be held on April the 12th at 8 a.m. outside here at the community room. This will be the weekend of the dumpster day where we have dumpsters at the public works lot for city customers and taxpayers to bring their bulk items to dispose of. Next is the Central Purple Day Festival. It's Saturday, April the 20th from 10 to 4. We have lots of vendors signed up so far, but we still have spaces available. We'll have kids activities along with entertainment throughout the day. And this is the spring equivalent to Friendship Festival. Last on the list is Georgia Cities Week, which will be held next month, April the 21st through the 27th. The theme this year is Soaring to New Heights. We have lots of fun activities that we're working on, and we're going to do daily trivia, a coloring contest, and we've got several other things that are in the works. I'm actually going to start off quick trivia questions now on you guys. It's a squash question. Just see if anyone can take this. Okay, so SPLOST question. What percentage of SPLOST referenda has been approved by local voters since 2001? Eric can't answer because he's statewide.
I was gonna phone.
It's on our fact sheet for Georgia Cities Week. So
I was gonna phone a friend and ask Eric. I know.
somebody throw a number out there. But that's all I have for the rundown for March.
Any questions for Amber? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we didn't have anyone sign up for citizens' requests. Are there any council requests? Hearing none, I'll move on to the agenda approval. Take a motion for that.
Make a second.
Have a motion from Steve and a second from Tyson. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Agenda is approved. Public hearings are the next item. The public hearing that we were going to have, we're not going to have tonight. It was to be tabled back to our Planning and Zoning Commission. But the applicant has withdrawn her application. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to accept with the withdrawal of that application.
So move.
Second.
Okay, I'll take Tyson for the motion, second for Nathan. Further discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Next up, we have our consent agenda. Mr. Taylor, will you take us through that?
Certainly, we have 5 items on the consent agenda this evening. We have the minutes of the mayor and council regular meeting from February the 20th, 2024. We have the executive session minutes from February 20th, 2024. We have the minutes of mayor and council work session. That was held on March 7th, 2024. We have a bid award, award to the bid for the water line, installation on the bypass, from East High Tower to Cannon Road, and South Cherokee from the bridge to Spring Street water tank. Award this bid to, Mid-South Filters in the amount of $3,256,581. Then our next bid award is, for, award bid for gas line installation at Connor Springs subdivision. That bid would go to, Southern Pipeline in the amount of $139,135. Recommend approval.
I would like to make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. Got a motion from Teresa to approve the consent agenda, second from Nathan. Is there further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes. We have no unfinished business. Under new business, we have consideration of the dissolution of the transit program.
So, the city has been in existence.
Eric, I don't think you're on.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
This new system's still messing me up here. So the city currently has a citywide transit system that's partially funded by Georgia Department of Transportation. Due to various different events, including change of ridership patterns, it's just no longer funding itself anymore, and so we currently have probably about $5 or $6 a week in revenue, and it's just not worth keeping. And so we're actually recommending that the council approve a resolution to dissolve the transit program effective June of 2024.
The transit buses that we have, what would be the disposition of those?
So those that are owned by the Georgia Department of Transportation will go back to Georgia Department of Transportation, and I believe we own one of those ourselves outright.
So 2 of them would go, isn't it 3 we have total?
We have 3.
Yeah.
2 go back to GDOT.
Okay.
But
We would keep the 1.
yeah, we'll keep the 1. But like I said, you've got changing ridership patterns. You just don't have as many people who are riding it anymore. You have different options for getting rides nowadays. A lot of people are taking Uber and Lyft to go to places. And also, one of the biggest problems is that the buses just simply just don't go where people are wanting to go. If we were to take somebody to the grocery store, then that would require us to sit outside and wait for them to do their shopping, and that's just not that efficient. So, at this point, we're recommending that the program be dissolved
Effective June.
effective June.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to dissolve the transit program starting June 1st, 2024. Was it, was it?
Is
was
it
the
June
date?
1st or June 30, Amber?
Oh, sorry, June 30th, 2024.
Okay, have a motion.
Second.
Motion from Nathan and a second from Tresa. I get your name right,
Yeah.
maybe. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign.
Nay.
All right, motion passes 3-1. All right, next up, we have consideration of approval of our strategic goals for 24 through 26.
So the mayor and council set strategic goals every other year. Currently, we're operating under the 2022 to 2024 goals, and we use these goals to kind of set up budgetary goals and staff goals throughout the course of the year. The city council met at a retreat back in February and has revised the set of goals. We now have 11 goals to put forward, and I'll read those into the record. Goal number 1 is to provide a new 1.5 million gallon per day wastewater treatment plant to serve a city, which can be expanded to meet future demands. And along with that goal, tasks are to proceed with site selection, design, and permitting for a new wastewater treatment plant, to evaluate financing options to minimize the impact on current customers, to accommodate expansion capability, to serve industrial growth, and to consider award of construction contract by January 2025. Goal number 2 is to repair and rehabilitate existing sidewalks and to continue sidewalk extensions. That includes completing sidewalk extensions that are currently planned with the TAP grant funds on North and South Cherokee and on East Hightower, to program SPOS transportation funds and seek appropriate grants to rehabilitate and improve accessibility of existing sidewalks, and to increase attention to sidewalks and annual maintenance of city streets. Goal number 3 is to update the city charter and code to simplify and to strategically establish a charter review committee to review the city charter for a period of 6 months to complete the review, and to simplify and update the alcohol ordinance. Goal number 4, adopt an economic development strategy for Social Circle to guide the Social Circle Development Authority and the Walton County Development Authority. That includes ensuring a compatible vision between the Social Circle Development Authority and the mayor and city council, and to establish a schedule for joint meetings between the mayor and council and the development authorities with at least one joint meeting per year. I would actually like to suggest we modify this goal to add in the Downtown Development
I was
Authority.
just about to ask that, because is that included in the last goal?
No,
It's not? Okay, so yeah, I was going to
yeah,
suggest
so
that.
that'll just bring in the Downtown Development Authority into this.
Okay.
Okay. Goal number 5 is to explore strategies to expand youth engagement and opportunities within the community. That's to review strategies to expand youth engagement through investments in infrastructure, to review strategies to expand youth engagement through investments in facility programming, and to review strategies to expand youth engagement through opportunities for civic participation, such as the youth councils, representatives on seats on boards, things like that. Goal number 6 is to increase transparency of city government and expand communication between the city and the community. That includes exploring the use of technological advancements such as live streaming to increase communication and engagement with the community, and to establish a presence on social media platforms other than Facebook, such as Instagram and YouTube. Goal number 7 is to develop an approach for stormwater which balances community willingness to fund new revenues with desired city service levels. This is a goal that's carrying over from our current list. Goal number 8, conduct examination of the city's organizational structure to ensure that personnel sizing and allocations align with established standards, taking into consideration factors such as population dynamics, the scope of programs and services offered, and other relevant benchmarks. The aim is to enhance operational efficiency, resource utilization, and responsiveness to the evolving needs of the community. Goal number 9 is to update the comprehensive plan, and with that to define locations within the city that are appropriate for higher density housing, and also to reflect changes that were made throughout the UDC in the new comprehensive plan. Goal number 10 is to maintain and improve the quality of life for residents, promote responsible property management, and contribute to the long-term vitality and attractiveness of the community. Among this is to review current code enforcement philosophy of reactive versus proactive and refine policy and practices as appropriate. Administratively assess the organizational structure of the current program and make recommendations to adjust the program to meet revised enforcement policy. C is to analyze rules, regulations, and processes for consistency with refined enforcement policy, and research and apply for grants focused on revitalization of existing housing within the community. And then the last goal is to revitalize the downtown area of the city. This includes reviewing roles of the Main Street Commission, Downtown Development Authority, and the Downtown Department, and also to have the 2 downtown buildings that are currently under contract with, by the city ready for marketing for a tenant by November 1st, 2024. So it's a pretty comprehensive list, and
So,
I recommend moving ahead with the changes I mentioned a while ago.
so on 11, shouldn't we just maybe meet with downtown, with Main Street and the downtown development? I mean, that's both of them gonna help push the initial goals of what we're doing with 11.
So we will be meeting with the Downtown Development Authority by including them in that goal number 4. And then the Main Street Commission, we're actually going to be meeting with them hopefully next month, work session, to determine their future.
So we're
So-
gonna put downtown development up with
Goal 4.
goal 4.
All 4.
And I
Yeah.
mean, goal 11 says just review roles. It's not saying actually meet with anyone.
That's what I
So,
was saying.
yeah.
Yeah, and so goal 4 is the overall economic development strategy, and so that basically encapsulates the Downtown Development Authority as part of as an economic development partner.
You've heard Mr. Taylor's report on that. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Steve, second from Trista. Further discussion?
Or is the motion adding
The
the
DD.
meeting with
Yes,
downtown
it's
development?
adding what he put on there, adding DDA.
To goal 4.
To go for.
Okay. All right, motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion passes unanimously. All right, we do have a need for a brief executive session for discussion of real estate, personnel, and potential litigation. Can I get a motion to go into executive
So
session?
moved.
Second.
Okay, motion
that
from
time, Nathan.
Tyson, a second from Nathan. All in favor, say
How you
aye.
cooking up?
Aye.